Okay, so good morning, good evening, everyone. I would like to start with some introduction on on the progress of my work on merging different notebooks for different data frames into one process. I'm still busy with it, just because of other commitments of mine in this week. I haven't been able to finish it. I hope to get the thing done today, tonight, tomorrow. But generally, I simplified a lot of things, and now it should work with also with on the machines with lower RAM memory. So yeah, that's the thing. But still, it's like I need time. And to answer the question that probably will be asked, it's quite difficult to redelegate what I'm doing now, because I'm so deep, as already mentioned by Mary, into this thing that to explain now things once again to everyone. I think it will be better just to provide a good code with documentation, so that next time everyone, when the differences between V19 and V20 something will be bigger, then somebody can jump upon that and adapt this accordingly. And it's not notebook, because actually there's so many functions in just one notebook. It's quite difficult to read. So I'm preparing just a normal Python code you can run from the command line. I know that some people prefer notebooks, but actually with so many functions written in one cell, it's it's quite difficult to dive into. So yeah, your questions or remarks.
When it will be shared with other people?
Tonight, tomorrow. I mean,
Okay, let's do it now.
What do you mean shared?
I mean published on CoronaWhy GitHub, and will be shared for all people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on it. So you want me to share it now? I can do it, but yeah. Then okay.
So as sooner you will share, as better input you will get.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not ready. I mean, I'm still.
No. You don't have to be ready, but you know, in these kind of communities, nothing actually can be ready with documentation until deadline.
Okay, so I can share. I mean, after the call, I can put it on GitLab. Yeah. And okay, but it's maybe not in between, 70% done, and it's it stops somewhere in between after some iteration with spacing. Yeah, but okay.
Yeah, but it's not a problem. The problem that people not sharing their data and their software.
Okay, no, you have a point here. I mean, that if somebody wants to jump upon it and do it overnight, okay, you're welcome.
Let's think about some optimistic scenario. So someone will just watch our meeting today, and there are a lot of people interested in this functionality, right? So from people from different teams actually asking. So probably you can get a lot of collaborators actually trying that will try to speed up process and will help you.
Yeah. Okay. Because somebody may will be able to watch this once again. Just to explain the idea. Idea is to produce enrich data of V19 in JSON format. So
V25.
I have now V19, I think. That was.
So now you have to check if it's compliant with V25.
Okay.
Yeah, but we have to just get something that works on some version of data before because otherwise we'll never get a single notebook done that will pre-process.
No, but what I mean actually, if you can try to run your pipeline on v25, and you will see that it works. Just report that it seems to be working. And
okay. Okay. In the thing is that each JSON file that we have in original data will get an like enriched version, its own file, also in JSON file, in a higher, like in dictionary structure, where each sentence, each section will have an IDs, and will have all these lemmas, entity recognition things, etc. So it's, the structure will be more or the same as the structure of the original JSON files, but with much more keys, depending on how on the preprocessing sub pipelines from the SPACY. So that's whole idea. So no data frames, no and no singular data covering multiple files. Each file will be have also an enriched file substitute, and that's all. And then we will feed it in this into Dataverse. But it's something that we can talk. I mean, I'm not specialist, so I will ask you later on, Slava, how to do it. But
okay, that's fine.
Yeah, and also I'm preparing like as this we have this file in original data file with the scheme, how each file is structured, JSON file is structured, and I'm going to do the same. I mean, like prepare, because still it depends on how the final pipeline works. But the idea is to have the same for this enriched file. So more categories, but at least it was a kind of it will be a kind of tree. So you start with a paper ID, then you have sections, sentences, and for instance, to fit to Elasticsearch, we need just to, depending on whether it's sentences or sections, we need just to prune this through IDs. So the idea is to get to have a dictionary with mapping between different IDs, so that you can skip over between the layers. I think that's quite reasonable.
Okay.
Structure. Any questions about it? I mean, later when I put this on the GitLab, then maybe there will be more technical questions about what would you want to do with it, and etc. But
so did you try it locally or on your
local? In this case, locally. But actually now it's so simplified that each process gets a sub list of paths, like the names of the files, and each process processes just one file at a time. Meaning that actually on every machine, if it's with one process, you can run this okay forever, but your RAM memory will not explode because you load your SPACY model once, and once the thing everything is processed, you save this on your hard disk, and then you go over to the next file, to the next pass to the next file. So it's like you're opening and closing one file at the moment. So I think it's quite reasonable, workable.
Well, I also have some experience to do processing, so I can tell you that it's quite a difficult process to open and close and read files. So what makes sense is just to create like memory volume in RAM, and to put original files with JSON there, and after to start processing, and you will get kind of Redis infrastructure.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you will get like zero latency to read files.
Okay, then okay, we need to talk about later. I mean, how can I do it in Python? I mean, like just
no, but for you it will be no difference, because you should create just volume out of your memory. So if you have a lot of RAM on your computer, you can just reserve some memory, and for you it will be like physical disk attached to your computer, and you can copy it like you can operate in normal way.
Okay, but I'm going to do it like the whole data set. I'm going to do on the server, because
No, but this is what I mean. So on a server, you will just reserve some memory. I think unpacked collection will be around 12 or something gigabytes. So you can reserve 15 gigabytes, copy complete collection, the whole collection there.
okay.
And after it will be just another disk, which will be very fast, extremely fast.
Okay, and then between processes, because like now each process will have like a different subset of files to process to digest.
Yeah,
It will work also.
yeah. It
Oh,
it will work in 100 times faster.
okay. Okay, good. I mean, like I
Because
will.
you know, if you open if you use top command in Linux, you will
Yeah.
see there is a buffer, and what it does is after it's reading files, it just fill in buffer. So basically, you can avoid this all operations with hard disk if you'll get everything in memory, and if you have enough memory, all operations will be basically in RAM.
Okay. No, I mean, there's a. Okay, good. I mean, like I need to read about it because I.
Okay, I can share some
Yeah,
reference.
I'm stupid but thanks a lot. I mean, I will try. Good. Still questions about what's happening here? Mary Kahatur. Sorry, Kahatur.
No questions for me.
No, what you're doing seems fine to me. You know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry for delay, but yeah, things.
Yeah, I only have one
Yeah.
comment.
Yeah.
I came to the meeting yesterday because you said in your message that it will be tomorrow. So I think you.
Early. I am sorry.
Yeah, really. So. Yeah.
No. Yeah, like sorry about like if I said so. Sorry for that. I meant like be daily call every second day, and maybe just because I don't know, I have too many calls, and sometimes some of them are on every day almost. Or yeah, sorry.
Okay. Okay. It was kind of confusion.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, maybe I'm going to share this code, and if somebody has a free day or a free night, you can dive into. I mean, like now it's and like much simpler. I think. I mean, like from my perspective, because
But please don't. So you should share the code, and after you should inform on Slack that.
yeah, sure.
Because it makes no sense, you know, without.
No, I don't send this and let's forget about it. No, I share the links, and I will share also, and I'm going to write some mini documentation in the sense, okay, what's the main idea here and there, and because most of us have already worked with data frames with those Brandon's code, etc. It will be more or less clear what's happening there.
Okay, and it will really help us because we are working on something really amazing.
That means.
Yeah, just wait for announcement in I don't know.
What will be like?
Yeah, it will be something fascinating. You will like it, but you should do your job, and after we can share what we are doing in parallel.
Okay.
I want to hear about this. What is this amazing thing?
No, it's really amazing. So when I saw yesterday first time, okay, so let's wait for a few days. I don't know, for 1 week. We need to fine tune some things, and we need to get updates from this pipeline, and after we can share.
Okay.
Working.
Okay, so still maybe some questions other than the question about this big thing you're talking about, Slava.
Yeah, so my interest actually is to reuse the same pipeline for datasets because we started to crawl basically internet to collect some datasets on COVID-19. And if you'll open our Dataverse, it has more than like 120 or something COVID-specific datasets, which is one of largest collections. 124 at the moment. I think it's one of largest collections in the world on COVID-19. And what we do, we're just trying to find all relevant data sets, and we're trying to verify that information that actually stored as CSV, or Excel, or JSON can be loaded in data frame. And if you'll see it works, we're just creating description and creating data set on Dataverse. So you can find a lot of data sets that basically were created automatically from data that our scanner already found. And it just crawls every minute, and you can get like fresh updates from new data sets.
Well, I've heard from the general call that actually you need, I've heard this from Anton, I think, you need people for that.
Yes, exactly. So we need to verify, we need to create better metadata descriptions, because of course, for how much, 5,000 files and something, it's already not really feasible if you'll do everything by hands. So the idea that we'll reuse a pipeline that you're working on, and people will actually create descriptions, they can train a model, and after we can do it automatically. This is
I have already, I think, 1 or 2 persons that messaged me last days waiting for something to do. So maybe I can send them to you or to Anton.
Yeah, please send it to them to me, and I already have quite some materials.
Something. Okay, good. No, because now I don't have anything to, I mean, like to delegate there.
Yeah, and what I'm expecting after we'll crawl the whole internet, and we'll store hundreds of thousands of data sets, probably it will become kind of Core 19, but only for data sets, not for papers. And at some point, after we'll get everything in knowledge graph, we'll be able to link papers with data sets that people shared from their papers.
Okay.
So
yes, I mean, like, what about the formats, etc.? Because now those data sets are like in different worlds, in the sense that.
Yeah, so this is why we need to apply artificial intelligence to recognize what is inside, because usually it's in Chinese or in Italian, in Spanish. So we have to find right ontologies and control vocabularies to link everything, and after it will be queryable. So this is the idea. This is why actually we need people with some artificial intelligence skills and machine learning to actually to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's like big thing.
Yeah, it's a big thing, and yeah, you know, it's already out. It's
my question is, okay, because it's like more general question. Do we get any extra credit points from Google or Amazon to?
I'm pretty sure if you'll get hundreds of COVID related data sets, hundreds of thousands, yeah, we will get money.
I mean, no, just because like just in terms of storage, it's huge amount, and now we are producing all notebooks or codes to process this, to pre-process somehow. It's like you need really a server for a big server, like a network of servers to storage those things.
Well, you just need cloud, so
yeah.
It's not
but a big cloud. I mean, cloud, but not a small cloud.
Well, in distributed network, it's not so problematic to do processing of big data.
Yeah, I meant more like the access to the resources, in the sense that big cloud, that we have some resources, not just one virtual machine. But
well, for example, for Dataverse, because it has support of external storage. So we can just upload files to Amazon or to Google, doesn't matter where. And basically, the problem of storage is not so, so important.
No, I mean money. I mean, like, not the fact that the Google doesn't have storage to store our data. They just need to be paid somehow. Yeah, that was my point. That.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think. let us to present something, and I'm pretty sure that we'll get something also.
Some money.
Some money, yeah. Some credits.
Some credit points. Okay. No, it's great. I mean, I'm impressed. Okay, so do you have still any questions? Otherwise, I'm going back to my code, and yeah, I'm just I mean, like, I'm putting this in somehow in order and on GitLab, not GitLab, GitHub, and then I message you on Slack. If you have any spare time, you can jump upon it and to do anything. Or if you have any ideas, like not to code, but in the sense, okay, I maybe it's simpler or maybe it's faster to do this and that. Okay, just tell me as well. I mean, like, even if you don't contribute in terms of coding, but just you see the code and you think, okay, one can improve this in that way, please do it. Okay, so then if there's no questions more, I would say we can say goodbye to each other, and we see us in 2 days. 2 days on Saturday, the same time, the same place.
And everything should be published and ready.
Yeah. I mean, no, I'm doing this now early. I mean,
okay.
Yeah. Shame of me, but okay. Have a good day, night, evening, morning, whatever, and yeah, see ya later. I mean, 2 days.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye.
Hey
Bye.
guys.